Hi everybody, it's Rob, and we're busy with a Pinterest training, and we've got to showing you how to pre-design Pinterest banners that are there for editing and fast reproduction whenever you need them. Okay, now I do have lots and lots of image training and image editing and stuff on the course. If you go to the dashboard and look it up, there's a ton of stuff related to that. Where to find images, lots of stuff. It's all cool. I'm not going to go over that again here. What I've also not going to do is I'm not going to show you the Canva version, but I'm going to say this: if you are just a Canva person and what I'm showing you here on Photoshop isn't what you wanted to see because you are a Canva person and you're a beginner, this is what's important. I understand that a lot of you are going to be beginners, and here I am casually thinking, just copy them. But I realized in the last 5 minutes, since the last video, that if you're a beginner, you don't have a clue how to do that. So I do have to give you a better version of it. Okay, so first up, I've got a preset size of using 1000 by 1500 on a 75 ppi, DPI, pixels per inch. Yeah, it's ppi. You can Google or go into your Pinterest and see which one they prefer. There are standard sizes you're supposed to use, but basically I think it's 1/3, 2/3. So as long as you're sticking to 1/3, 2/3, you're cool. So I click create, and I will now have a new blank canvas to work on. Right? Thank you. And what I've done is, if you remember correctly, and you should do this better than I've done. I found these in 2 minutes, but you should go through and find the styles that work for you. So I just downloaded 20 because they were on the most popular pins page. 20, I have no clue how many I downloaded. And then I've gone through them very, very fast. So you'd go through these and choose a style that you like, and then effectively mimic it or copy it. You can't copy it exact, but you wanted to have the look and the feel of the style that you like, and you want it to be pre-done and pre-built so that at any given time you can do that. So, for example, it's a square one, but I like the idea of it's obviously behind here food related, but in fact the whole banner, the whole pin. Sorry, let me go to fit on screen. The whole. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, but the whole thing is that I don't need it to look all that cool, but it's just an easy instant. It's easy on the eye. I think it's a cool style of pin, so I'm gonna do one that's similar to that. Whether I do these dots or drop shadow, it doesn't really matter too much. Right, I then want to do one where there's images top and bottom, or just bottom. This one will change as per what I do. So for example, very likely this one will be related to any of the ones that are print on demand products. Up until now, I've been recklessly publishing just the actual product. So if you go to Pinterest and you go to my to one of my pages, you can see them up here. Mug, without any variation, whereas in truth it should have been like this one that said definition mug, which, by the way, I did tell you that I was going to use in the last one. Hysterically funny. So in the ready pins, I will, if I don't have it, I will do a very, very similar one to this one, because it works for me. Now, what I've done, instead of just pinning the mug, I get to say a little bit that makes it an actual pin, that makes it less salesy, less obviously check my plug, check my mug, check my t-shirt, check my... It's an endless battle, by the way. So these are literally the ones I'm going to fiddle with. There's that one. I'm going to move them over off the page, by the way, so that I can start to work with them. There's the one with images above and below. Now, remember, I told you this one is in my head the same. So it's just that they can clearly see this. Now, in this case, with the two, I should get a different color of the mug and put color mug 1, color mug 2, and then the words could be which do you prefer, black or white, which is green or purple, whatever it is. So it's an easy, quick way to create extra pins. Right, what have I got left? This is blank, and this is, I like this style. By the way, these are the ones I battle with, because these ladies are far better at it than I am. It's just every color here, it just works. She's done a beautiful job on this pin. And I'm always impressed when I try and do this. I always think, oh, I can't read that, and I'll make it darker and darker until, well, then it looks like a deep purple. Right, then the other one, and this one will go for a lot of my courses. So I'll literally use a background. In fact, let me show you my backgrounds, because I have got backgrounds that are there for marketing. Yeah, I mean, those are all videos. Stupid fool. It says videos on that folder. Let's do the sleeping images. So these are images that I've collected. View extra large, because they either, look, I don't want people to look like they died, so I've got to watch that. Some people are freaked out by the clowny look thing, so I've got to be careful of that. I've used this one a lot. As you can see, I've already edited it. I've called it web. Where I called it web, it's because this one's a little bit too, well, you know, bikini girl look. So, but the point is, it didn't matter. I downloaded them all, and then I thought afterwards, yeah, I can't use, now I can. Here's one. I needed to blur it to use it, and in the end, I think I got it because it worked. Of course, typically my dark, there again. But now, so yeah, let me just get out of here. Close all of those, and so you can see I've then got all of these on hand for this sort of background one. Okay, so let's do the background one first. So I would literally go back to the folder that I've just closed, which I find pretty hysterical. Images, sleeping images. Okay, so I'm going to choose any one of those images. Anyone, literally. So let's dump this guy in. Which, generally speaking, he's not the style that I would like to use. Right. So then I go to my background. I'm going to create a duplicate layer, a new layer. I need a so I'm not, this is not a Photoshop lesson, by the way. I'm not even very good at Photoshop, but that never put me off. So this one I want down the bottom. This one I want, yes, this is the one I want to fiddle with. So I want it to now be a little bit less, perhaps even a little bit less. I don't want to actually show that I'll have a look. So now we go to, let's place it. I'll go to the opacity, and I'll find one that kind of shows enough to see that he's there and he's KO. For that matter, it means I can go bigger, because, and if I leave the see-throughness, is that the right word? Up there, so there we go. So now I've got, stop it, I've got that. And I then simply come along, I'm going, but let me do it for you properly. So you then come back and you start to add your text, and then you'd literally, so give me a second. Oh, sorry. Firstly, sorry, no, give me a second. It's coming up huge. Can you see the stripe? So I've got to cut that at least half. So maybe 70 will be okay. A blue is not going to work for me. Remember, this is my fibromyalgia colors. Oh, I remember I had those folders with the colors in them. But hey, let's just see what happens. So I want a color that's nice and friendly. I'm not sure about the green, by the way. So I can fiddle with the green anyway. But again, now remember this. I don't want to, now that I see this, sorry, let me put my text. So Terrible. It'll teach me to talk and then click on things. So let's go back to 72 and we go back to my peachy pinky color, and I'm gonna type so fibromyalgia. I don't know if I can hit enter if I've spaced it. No, I haven't. So again, I'm not enough of an expert to go up here and find out how to fix that. So I just save it, and then I do a duplicate layer. I told you I'm not an expert. So, and then I do fibromyalgia wiping you out question. You see, this is where those ladies produce those, the white on white that you can read, and mine, no. So, yeah, I just want to say this. You can go to Fiverr. I'm not joking. And you send them this picture, and you tell them, please turn this into a 1000 by 1500 Pinterest PSD Photoshop image. Or it's different on Canva. You can't just import a size. There's the center, by the way, so good job, Rob. So for example, already I don't like the green. I told you that already, which is so typical. So let's just go back to my original one that I do prefer always. And you see now it can be red. Isn't that lovely? So the green one's history for me. The color is too light, so I'll probably make it slightly darker. But anyway, so then what I do from here is I add my logo, the Fibromyalgia Income Club, down there at the bottom. I put this. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do on this. So these are just words, right? So I could just leave it like this. Do this one as a duplicate layer. So I'm not even going to finish it. I'll run it up to here as a title. I do it as a duplicate layer. Incidentally, I did want it slightly darker, so I'd go in here and I'd just fiddle with that a little bit. Okay, and then so that would be my logo down here. Let me do that for you quickly. I wanted to do Income Club, but for now I'm just going to leave it as Fibromyalgia Club. I presume that if I get popular enough, people start to know he's that Fibromyalgia Club guy. It's a little bit too wide. So when you're happy with these, that these are done, right? The cool part is that they will be ready. So now it's simply just a case of editing it. New background image, new headline. So now it would come back on this. So now let's say I save this. So I'd go here, File, Save As, and it will be, what were those banners I said for the folders? Let me go into the folders. Sorry, I'm off on the other board pins. It'll be under the pain pins. Fibro pain pin 1. Oh, PSP, really? No, Photoshop. PSD. Wow. Oh, I've got to watch my head. Am I in the right documents? No, I'm not. So I've got to go to my desktop. Give me a sec, guys. I'm a little bit slow. So I'm going to go to the action folder. I'm going to go to board pins, and I'm going to go to the paint pins, and it's now saved. So at any given time now I can go back in there and fiddle with this one. So if that were the case, then I can turn it into a course pin 2. So once I've got the crux of it, incidentally this one is already the wrong font. So get the pain of fiddling with your font and stuff out the way right in the very beginning, right? So, it's animals, fantastic. It's like fantastic creatures and where you can find them. Stop that. And so you would then come in here and find one that works for you and that people don't tell you, I couldn't read that. Actually, that's not too bad. So, it's not showing the middle line. Now, apply. Now, I want this one. So, wiping you out, I want it to move me down. I'm scared it's going to fight with me on the other one. No, it's cool. So, I could even leave it like that, but I shouldn't. And then I'd say, I'd even do a second row. So, then I'd come here and do layer, duplicate layer. Incidentally, it's all easy to do once you know how on Canva too. So you would fiddle with these until you've got the words that preferably stop it. Oh, you won't believe how much I talk to my computer all day. That will make it clickable. And then you literally do another. Sorry, there's one more. So there will be a new layer, duplicate layer. Copy that. And this will go down to here. And it will become your call to action. And you can call it that for now. You could even, if you want to, make it better. So what you do is you take this layer that you've got of your one, you duplicate that layer, duplicate layer. Right, so this is the background now. Because it's duplicate, it's gone thicker. I bring it down to the call to action area, even a bit smaller, and a bit smaller, and a bit up. I'm going to get it right, guys. I was going to get it right. Give me a second. Actually, it should be over there. The words are skew. So there we go. Now I take that. So now I take that color. Oh, my poor does. I want to fill that. So I'm going to go to, first I'm going to take this coloring and I'm going to pick a nice darker version of it. I'm then going to go to the full evilness and here, and I'm going to, hopefully I'm on the right thing. Then I'm going to go to call to action here and call up the text and then copy that and make that white. So bit by bit I will be getting what I wanted from the, where's the background picture there? So from the overall banner with the words that I want, and easily editable for the very next one. And so I think that's enough for now, because I don't want to do like hectic, 3-hour whatever Photoshop stuff. So maybe my bad. So this call to action, now that I look at it, so you can see, oh sorry, I don't ever learn to listen. I'm going to duplicate that layer. And I'm gonna, not that one, fool. Hey, don't be a fool, man. So, sorry. I just want that layer. Oh, come on. I'm gonna move it out the way. Okay, so then my fibromyalgia word will then become, not that one, will then need to become white as well. And so bit by bit it'll get to where I'm happy with my layout and my design, and from now on it literally becomes a case of come in, change the background, change the title, add a different click, save the pin, another one, come in and change the words, change the font, still to the same place, and then you'd build it like that. Let me get out of here. I hope this is enough. And so, by the way, you do this for all of yours, all of those options. So you do this all again with one with a middle word one, and you will save another one that's got just, well, in a way that is what I've done there, sort of. So as you can see, and then that way they'll now all be ready for when you want to open one. Oh, incidentally, sorry, this is important. Oh, I have to go because of my doze. I also go to save as. Wow. I don't know what this one was called, so I'm going to call this was pain pin something. Whoa. Board pins. It was pain pins. I actually need to know the right words because it must be, there we go. So Fibro Pain Pin 1. It must be a JPEG version of it, so that, oh really, PSD, oh my bad, no, just stop it. But JPEG. Sorry guys, I'm obviously not compass mentis, so let's just presume that I am going to get this right, and I'm going to click JPEG and I'm going to click save, and we're going to go to that folder. Oh, sorry, it hasn't saved yet. And I'm going to go to that folder, and then I'm going to go to that folder, and then in theory, oh, that's hysterically funny, it's the wrong one. Okay, so obviously I must take a break. But yeah, so I must delete this, and I must put the right image. So the point is that when I open this word, Fibro Pain Pin 1 PSD, will coincide with the image there. I can look at it and think, that's the one I want. I click here, and it opens in Photoshop. It's fast and easy to edit as we go. I can't believe that. What a fool. Okay, let me get out of here. We'll chat in the next one. Take care. Cheers.